This is the Sacred Heart of Jesus statue. It's one of the oldest statues in the church. It was brought over from the old church and in time for the consecration of this church. To the right of it, we see the baptismal font that was carved in Germany with St. John the Baptist in the center of it. And then over here is the St. John the Baptist with Jesus, which was taken from a church which was being demolished, and Father saved it for use here. This is the statue of St. Paul, the Apostle. It is very old. It's also one of the oldest statues in the church. And it shows him with a sword because he was such a fervent apostle for the faith. This is a statue of Peter, the first pope. He is shown holding a book and the keys to the kingdom of heaven. This is St. Anthony, the patron saint of when things are lost, you pray to St. Anthony. He is shown holding the baby Jesus. This is a statue of Anne and Mary when she was a young girl. It is also one of the oldest statues in the church. This is the original St. Joseph statue which stood in front of St. Joseph's altar. It shows Joseph with a carpenter's square and lilies. St. Joseph originally stood above the Front Street entrance to St. Joseph Grade School on 25th and Sassafras Streets. When the school was raised in 1970, St. Joseph relocated to the churchyard on 24th and Sassafras, about 100 yards to our right. Once the grotto was completed, Joseph found his new home in the grotto dedicated to him. The two angels which flank Joseph are made of Carrara marble, and they stood at either end of the old communion rail. After the communion rail was removed from the church, they remained in the church for about 45 years until they joined St. Joseph in the grotto we see today. The grotto to St. Joseph was dedicated to Edmund and Ida Mary Knoll, who were long time members of the parish. They had several relatives who were either sisters of St. Joseph or were priests. Edmund and Ida Mary had 14 children. They were all baptized and raised here at St. Joseph Church. He wrote the original history of the parish in time for the consecration of the church in 1917. So he did the history of the surrounding area of the neighborhood and also the history of the parish from its inception up until 1917. This is the Pieta. It was purchased by the parish in 1892. It resided over in the church until this chapel was built in about 2000, late 2003. We see Mary holding Jesus. This is one of many representations of the actual one that was done by Michelangelo. This is a statue of Mary, and it was presented by the graduating class of 1948 from St. Joseph's Grade School. This is our Perpetual Adoration Chapel. It was started in late 2003. We have 24 hours Perpetual Adoration. As we come around, we see the Stations of the Cross, The windows on either side of the altar were specifically designed by Father Larry, and they were produced in Canada specifically for the Adoration Chapel.